As the SF.
No, both heroes, like, here's the notes ready. Rubik, Clock, Oracle, SF. So
do they run the Clock SF combo, right?
yeah. It literally is just a pairing. They just go, if they're second pick, Clock SF.
I have to be honest that I completely forgot about that pairing, right?
Yeah,
we haven't seen it
strong.
for such a long time.
In the CIS region, it actually came to a little bit of prominence when you think of players like Iceberg, for example.
Okay.
The big SF players, and they were pushing it through for about 3 weeks ago in online games, and it looked so strong. Like, think about the laning phase, think about the fact that you just get free 12 souls now, you don't have any damage issues, you don't need to go mangoes. You can still go for like Treads BKB, but quite a lot of players are obviously going for Blink Yours nowadays, so yeah, so solid. Really
and when you mentioned Iceberg, he is kind of a snowball type player, so he does need, if he gets a good lane, he's gonna have a nice game, so I guess that's perfect for him. And these guys also probably pretty snowball type
well,
players.
you just felt it in that last game, right?
Yeah.
Like, they had strong laning phase, and it was like, whoop, see ya, thanks
okay,
for the
that's
game.
not a strong laning phase, that's destruction, right? You can't really say it. If a good team gets that kind of an advantage, it's always going to look like that, right? No matter who's playing, right?
So they did welcome.
They just showed that they're good players, right?
Yeah,
Nothing much.
But Beast Coast showing their respect, banning out the Slark. They're like, okay, we don't want to play against this. We know we're probably not going to be as fine-tuned as we maybe are with, say, K1. So let's take away these simple heroes that allow you to play a clean game. First pick here is left for Thunder Predator.
Do they get a Clock if they don't have the SF? Did they ever play the Clock?
Normally it is paired with the SF.
Okay.
And yeah, actually, they go for the Void Spirit.
First pick Void Spirit. This is something which Thunder Predator have run all over the place. They've put it in 4, they've put it in mid, so yeah, definitely a bit of a flex for them.
Yeah, the Ice Frog nerf to the 5 movement speed to the Void Spirit didn't dissuade teams from picking it. I'm really baffled by that.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah,
it
took away 5 movement speed. Hero's dead, I thought, but there we go. Ags is pretty cool, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry?
His Ags.
You don't know
Void Spirit? Yeah, sorry. I was looking like I zoned out for a second.
You just got like.
I was trying to work out if K1 was back or not, because I'm not gonna lie, I had Twitch chat open, and I was just trying to see what they were vibing about the
game. You got Twitch chat open whilst you're on the panel?
Yeah, why not? Like, we're in the drafting phase. I want to see what's happening.
This I didn't expect.
The hell?
Aggression, yeah. See, look, okay, I can now close it. It's now off. We can now go back to the game. There we go. Need to get through the picks. That was the main point. Void Spirit Ags, though, it is bananas. As you asked the question early, it is insanely good. But you know what else is insanely good? The this opening. Bounty Hunter loves to run, loves to be aggressive, and
he does. Likes to tickle some pickles.
Probably not in the grand scheme of it, the Sky and the Bounty, but it's the fact that they're changing up their game plan. They understand, as you see, it's still Prada here.
You know, this is actually one of the most broken combos in Dota. The track with the global concussive shot, like, how do you play against that?
You don't have to say global concussive shot. The track with Sky is really strong because Sky.
It's another one of those points where you don't have to take my point seriously whatsoever. Like this is definitely.
No.
So basically, the breakdown is Nomad asks question, we give good answers, and then if Nomad says anything Dota related, we go yes. But.
Like a child.
Yeah, but this really works well, right? You're going to have the track, and naturally, the Skyrat Mage has high movement speed. He can run people down. So these two heroes work well together because they can constantly fight.
They can move around together, that's for sure. They can move from lane to lane, and they can try and make things happen.
And Sky can actually give a good laning phase to the Bounty, possibly.
Yes, depending on the matchup. The fact that it's a first phase Sky and Bounty, you've already shown your hand. When you think about openings, you see quite often flexibility. You see Mars, you see potentially like Void Spirits. You see these heroes that can go in multiple lanes, Batrider as well. When you show Sky Bounty, you're pretty much saying from the get-go, we're going to want to run at you. We want to leave laning phase and move into your jungle and not let you try and farm.
But why do you pick Disruptor then? It's a hero that...
Because it's about the team fight. So like this style of draft is running at you, right? And your position 5, you can go, like, your position 5 can be anything at this point. He's a very strong laner, so against Sky, naturally in the zone, in the harass, Disruptor v Sky, it's going to be quite an even matchup. Sure, you're going to have a lot of harass coming from Sky, but Disruptor as well, Thunderstrike, pretty good. You bring out some more regen, sure, lane's pretty chill.
But like, if you look at the Disruptor, let's say he's laning, we put it aside.
Sure.
He actually is good when you're running at the opponent because you always get the extra kill. But if your opponent is always running at you, he's not that good.
But we're in SA. When you're running at someone, and let's say you make the mistake, or the fight doesn't go so well, you need to then run away. And then Disruptor's really good at catching the people who are running away.
Yeah, but he's also very good to feeding track kills, so I'm really not a fan of the Disruptor pick.
I personally like it. I think it sets himself up to have a nice clean draft. They've got a good laner, and the rest of their draft should build around it. But Beast Coast, they are looking to have strong lanes and to have just a strong, dominant 10 to 15 minute mark and try and own the map.
One point I want to make just quickly about picking the Skywrath into the Void Spirit, which I think is quite important, is that now that he can build the Ags, I think it's really important to give an incentive to force him into buying that Yules, because sometimes he goes for Yules first anyway. A lot of the times they will just straight up rush the Ags, and we've all seen Void Spirits just completely run away with games they're allowed to do that, so that instant silence from the Skywrath is going to force him into probably having to pick up that Yules.
Potentially. You see the Dazzle pick, depending on how the fights are taken, if they can keep themselves in a close-knit kind of bundle, then the Dazzle will always be able to save the Void Spirit. So the Void can maybe itemize for a greedy build, going for an early Ags, play off the jump, go for the pick-off, and then if he is under pressure, you've got the Dazzle to support him and keep him alive. And that means he can then go for the greedy item for the BKB, for example, later on in the build. If they're playing maybe more disconnected, playing around the map, then for sure, he might want to go for the Yules. But I feel the Dazzle pick does counter that. And thank you, Beast Coast. You picked the Bloodseeker. You want to be able to play... I'm not saying it's good here. I'm just happy that they're going for... Their whole lineup is on the same page. They're having strong lanes, and they want to go. They don't care about what they're playing into. They just want to have 5 heroes that have the same motive, which is forward.
To be honest, I don't see the Bloodseeker as the best pick here. I definitely don't see it as the worst, but what you were saying about Dazzle and Void Spirit and the Yules, I actually think that the Void Spirit has to go Yules this game, right? Because
with the Bloodseeker now, I would agree.
The side of Beast Coast is gonna get together and start running at you a lot earlier than you want to gather yourselves, right? And so even the Dazzle, does he really want to take an early point in the grave? Probably not. You're playing against a Skywrath mage. I think you definitely go Yules.
We've got a bit of an anti-armor thing going on here between the Dazzle and the Slardar. A little bit interesting of Void Spirit, a bit more of a magic damage dealer. Not really seeing the person who's going to come into this just yet, but they are still to pick their safe laner, so still to see that right clicker.
I like the Slardar here, actually.
It's okay. I think my only concern is they don't have a lot of wave clear. So if they are under pressure, it's going to be difficult in the game to get their lanes pushed out. Sure, you have obviously Void Spirit that can do it pretty okay, but it's going to be like both supports can do it, but again, it's going to be quite slow. So there's going to be a point where if Beast Coast can collapse their laning phase and start moving out, it's hard for Thunder Predator to keep all the lanes pushed out. They're going to have to commit quite a lot, just maybe for one or two lanes, and it's going to simplify Beast Coast's ability to run at them. And I think my main concern right now is simply for Thunder Predator is like, what is the way? How are they putting the Dazzle and Disruptor? Are they going to put is it Dazzle going to be on 4, maybe 5? Like, I think this is one of those crucial moments here.
I think you want to lane Dazzle and the Slardar, right?
Because yeah. So you want to have the Dazzle 4?
Yeah, and I think I'm actually not sure about their carry. What do they want to get here?
Well, they actually. So they're on last. So Beast Coast actually has last pick here, which I think is so crucial for them. With the type of draft that they have, they need to have last pick. I think if they were not able to kind of close out the game with like the game-winning pick, then yeah, it's devastating. And
is Troll in the pool? I think Thunder Predator takes Troll here.
Troll is available, but I think you can see from Thunder Predator's ban, the Brood, they're worried about this cheese pick, and I think if Beast Coast can find a way to end the game, then you're going to be in a big kind of concerning point for Thunder Predator. Like I said, they have no wave clear. They play off of the fact that they maybe have strong lanes with the Disruptor, the Slardar Dazzle combo. Like, sure, the laning phase is great, but post laning phase, what are they doing? They're hoping to maybe go for the pickoff, maybe play together and go for this explosive team fight, but they can't close out a game in any way.
That's why I like the Troll.
Yeah, they need something, but the Troll is still item dependent, Slardar is item dependent, Void Spirit item dependent. We've said all 3 of these heroes need items to have impact in this game. Then look at Beast Coast, what do they need? They just need levels. Bloodseeker just needs 6. Bounty just needs track. Sky just needs to exist. He doesn't. It literally has a hero. Spells. He needs 17 nulls and some clarities on his courier. Like that's fine. And so I think right now you need to find a way to delay the game. For example, the Tinker type hero could be their saving grace. but they have no carry, so they need the carry. That's the key thing.
Yeah, I kind of feel that the troll is one of those carries that doesn't need too many items, and he naturally is a strong laner, especially against the bounty hunter. Most of carry players hate their gold being stolen. They feel frustrated by that. If you have played, you know how frustrated they get, and there it is.
Yeah. This is perfectly fine for them. My only concern is still the fact the itemization is, like, they're so dependent on this. And beastcoast, they still have one final pick. For example, it might not look that nice, but a Lycan-type hero. You slap him in mid lane, he's going to have a solid time. You just run down buildings. Troll's trying to farm up the jungle. You have no map control because you have Bounty Sky running around. And this Lich Bloodseeker lane, it will be disgusting. Even against the Dazzle Slardar, it's going to be so rough. Naturally, a physical damage lineup, you already got the Lich to cover you. Yeah, I just think beastcoast, find a way to take high ground, and this game should be yours if you can play tight.
I actually think beastcoast gets a carry here, and they send maybe the Seeker mid. What do you think about that?
Yeah, but that's fine as well. As long as it can take towers, I don't care what they pick. I just want him to be able to hit a building, and then I'll be happy for him. Because I think this is the only way right now, after seeing that first game and how Thunder Predators stomp them, I think this is the only way that they can win a game in this series right now.
We see another carry Nature's Prophet here. That could work, right?
Spicy.
It's so underwhelming against Troll, I will say. That's very much like you have to...
Baden? This is something they've run before. Mind you, that's with Hector. They don't.
I feel like you don't want to let the Slardar and the Dazzle lane do a lot, right? If you don't let them do a lot, like you said, they are item dependent, they are going to move back into their jungle, and then you can chase them with the track and just naturally take the tier 1 towers.
A wild pick would be Pugna, and I mean that is wild. It would be so bad because Void Spirit's in the game and it just jumps on you.
Does that have the hairy freak wildness seal of approval?
It's in line with,
It's actually really good because you're playing against a full physical damage lineup.
There you go.
But it is wild because Void Spirit dumpsters you because he always gets onto the back of you, and it is...
Does he really want to jump in the back here against the Skyrat Mage and against the Seeker? You know?
And I mean, you got to remember Sinister Gaze as well. It's always an issue can be an issue for Void Spirit.
No, I haven't seen Pugna. I haven't seen Pugna in this tournament. I don't know how good it is. The ulti has been changed, lower cooldown, lower damage.
Yeah, it's a good hero. It's back to its old place as a solid hero. So it's not been really picked up right now.
No.
Okay.
Whoa.
So it's gonna be
Bounty Hunter mid sky.
I think it's mid sky. I think it's.
Yeah, that probably sounds best actually. Offlane Bounty, carry Bloodseeker, mid-sky with the roaming Barra. This is the aggression you need, but my concern is simply, if you run around and kill them a lot, that's great, but you don't hit buildings. If you get to high ground, eventually Thunder Predator will be able to deal with it, but you know what,
I actually have no idea what to say here. I disagree with you when you say to hitting buildings. I think beastcoast just needs to take tier 1s, and after that, they can accumulate the lead they need. But will they be able to do it? I
don't think that does enough.
That's what you guys think. Let's hear what our wonderful casters think about that one. Guys, do you think beastcoast have the ability to close this game out?
You know, I'm gonna hop on the choo-choo train. You know, we got Prada playing the Spirit Breaker. That's pretty flippin' exciting. I don't know. What do you think, Gips?
Like, the Spirit Breaker at this point is I've seen this guy bulldoze through entire lineups, but I'm also very concerned that they could still just fall flat on their faces like they did in game 1. So my instincts are just saying that the lineup that looks prettier, which is definitely the one on Thunder Predator, looks nice and well-rounded, has the better shot at this game.
Alrighty, well, those are going to be your picks, and Prada on the carry Earthshaker. My goodness, I mean, this is unusual. Does this change things for you guys?
Carry what, sorry?
Prada's playing the Spirit Breaker.
It's a carry Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, no. I can confirm that from playing it in a pub about a month ago, it is fun, but I had a way to end the game. How do they end the game? These guys are going to play off the map, they're going to run around, they're going to have fun. But then eventually they're going to run into a brick wall, and then there won't be any more fun.
Harry?
I have to go with Thunder Predator, but if beastcoast managed to get tier 1 towers with the second catapult about the 10th minute, they will have a chance in this game.
Moxie, you're a bit of a SA expert. Is this a carry Spirit Breaker something you've seen before, either from Prada or anybody else in the region for that matter?
I have seen Prada play this hero, and it's hilarious. So honestly, like if I have to go with what I've seen before, MNZ on Troll, that's I think his favorite hero. He's probably going to dominate, but I want to be on board. I've seen what Prada can do. This is just going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to see a very clowny game.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Moxie and Kips. Take it away. We'll hand it over to you. Enjoy the cast.
All right, Kips. Well, I'm pretty excited about this. We're going to get to see that core dazzle that we talked about. Leo Styles going to be in mid with a very flashy set. And of course, Prada over here. I don't believe that this is too much of a core.
No, he played Chen in the last game. So while he might be standing in for K1, they obviously switched their cores around a bit on Beast Coast to put him on the 5 support. So we are just going to see this man charging around, and especially this Skywrath mage is going to absolutely hate it, and Core Dazzle doesn't have too much to do against it either. Look
Whisper
at that
already.
poor man getting beaten up. Oh, sorry, they're on the same team. But no, it's the Disruptor is what I wanted to say, because you're going to have to spend your glimpse on getting that man out of your hair, and you never want to use your glimpse like that, basically.
Definitely going to be a difficult bottom lane, I have a feeling, considering the fact that Disruptor, he just dishes out so much damage early using that Q. And of course, now, like I said, MNZ, this is one of his favorite heroes. It's gonna be difficult. Also, you know, what's fun to watch is the fact that we've got Chris Luck in the middle lane against Leo Style. Have you seen, in your years of, you know, watching the mid lane coaching, have you ever seen this matchup?
This specific matchup, no. I've seen a couple of Bounty Hunters mid. Olymp is actually someone who likes to do that from time to time. And he can really snowball off of that. You get level 6, you move to the side lane, you immediately kill someone with track. It's a good time.
Top lane, Matthew, drawing in a little bit. They'll go drop the blood right. Quite enough damage to take him down yet. I don't know which lane to watch because they're all very strange, right? For the most part.
They're extremely strange because this is a support Void Spirit with a headdress.
That is a Thunder Predator thing, though. This is typically Matthew is the one who plays the Void Spirit. I've seen Beast Coast actually. I'm sure they have some PTSD after watching some of the Void Spirits they went up against. RoboZ in particular comes to mind during the last qualifier. But Matthew typically plays this in a much less of a greedy way because he is on support. Although bottom lane, a charge coming out from Prada, just trying to push back a little bit.
They're trying to get some mileage out of that Skywrath Mage while he's level 2 and the Troll is still level 1. And make no mistake, by the way, the Skywrath Mage is the core in this lane. That's the other thing that's extremely wonky about these lanes. And he looks...
I think he's got the potential. I mean, it still looks like Whisper's gonna get taken down here, but...
That's his second death now. And he had a very unfortunate Ursa game earlier, and now it looks like he's got a very unfortunate Skywrath game. This does not make me feel good.
Doesn't make him feel good either, if I had to guess. Still very interested in watching this mid lane right now. Definitely Dazzle, as expected, leading that CS.
On top, Bloodseeker.
That's a very dead Bloodseeker. That shield was very cute, Stinger, but not going to be able to save your core there.
Yeah, they very nicely put him into the Aether Remnant, followed up with the bash. Nothing really you can do there.
Chris Luck, dead in the middle lane, maybe? No, it looks like that poison touch ticking away on him, but he does have a tango. He had the Fairy Fire. He's going to sit at 30-something hit points. Bottom lane looks like MJZ will get taken down. Prada now has to try to run away. The neutral creep helping him out. He'll stay away from MNZ. At least for giving him the kill, but Whisper, of course, probably not going to be as lucky as he just keeps throwing out as many spells as possible. Is he going to go for the final hit? No. Whisper will actually survive this.
He is playing with fire there. Like, Tro is one of the strongest laning carries there is available. You heard me theorizing about maybe they could lane a Bat Rider or something in there, because otherwise it's going to be impossible to bother him in the lane at all. And, well, Skywrath Mage does not seem to be the answer so far. Lich, top lane.
It's alright, he got that one little click off at the end. He knew death was coming for him, Kips. He's gonna fight it till the end.
I mean, he's been dead for a long time, hasn't he? And I
Yeah.
guess he's shooting right now.
Such a scary lane up here.
Yeah, I'm immediately so worried for beastcoast again. They drafted a game without any real reliable stuns. Again, they have Whisper. Well, feeding on the bot lane again. I'm so sorry to say that, but after that Ursa performance, this isn't looking much better for him.
I feel like, you know, oh, hold that thought. Top lane, trying to drag back here on Frank. Well, looks like they'll push both Matthew and Frank back. This is a very scary lane that we talked about, right? With the Aether Remnant, with the fact that you can, you know, get the crush off.
Yeah, but it's also a very scary lane the other way around. It is extremely hard to outlast the Bloodseeker in lane, especially that as soon as you go on him with all of this physical damage, you have a Lich who can just shield him up. And they brought the Buckler as well, so... Well, Lich...
Stinger. He's gonna try. He's not gonna be able to stay alive though, Frank. We'll be able to make it away. Schofield trying to fight them, but they've got the bashes. They have it. They'll be able to go take down the Slardar. Not going to be able to take down Matthew, though, I don't think. Although Schofield, he's trying really hard. Nicely played by Matthew. Gets himself a double kill, and he'll be able to treat himself to a nice bounty rune.
Oh, that's exactly what you want is the Void Spirit there. Like, especially getting levels on that guy. He basically only scales with levels at the start. He starts dealing so much damage, so that is... The Slardar is not going to be so happy about dying, but Matthew is really feeling himself right now.
Are they going to be able to get the kill on MJC? Doesn't look... Oh, nope, never mind. Chrysla finding that kill. They'll turn back around. Can they get a kill over onto MNZ? They're probably going to lose Prada for this, but if they're able to get this kill, it'll be worth it, I think. Chris Luck, though, he gets held in place by the net. Whisper trying, and they get it. They managed to do it 60-something hit points. And Schofield gets himself a kill in this top lane.
Alright, that's some breathing space. One of the things that I wanted to point out is actually on top lane is that the Lich got himself a Buckler instead of Hedris, because obviously the Bloodseeker doesn't need the extra health regen from a Hedris, and he could really use that extra armor aura against the Slardar instead. So, nice little detail there for the support itemization.
You can see the movements coming in on Chris Luck. Prada still standing nearby. They have the taunt. They'll be able to go push back. Prada most likely saving Chris Luck's life here. He's sitting pretty low. He's got a bottle. It's very close to getting that level 6.
His Dazzle's gonna rip him to shreds. He really wants his money though. I'm gonna wait until he has another Invis just in case. Doesn't need to use it luckily.
You can see MJZ has joined in here. They've got their eyes on Prada. It's going to be a dead spirit breaker. TP coming out though. They're sending out the Lich. It's like they're going to go try to make the damage over here onto MJZ. We'll be able to go get a glimpse back, but they have the dust. This is not good for Chris Luck now. So he's trying to just get as much damage off as possible. Managed to get that level 6, but will fall. And bottom lane, Whisper getting chased down by MNZ.
And the Disruptor just tanks a couple of tower shots?
Okay.
I am so confused right now. That's like 4 deaths in different parts of the map, and several of them are just very random.
Alright, Kips, here's the deal. With South American Dota, you just gotta lean into it. When you start seeing weird stuff come out, you just figure, alright, just have faith in these players. We gotta see, you know, have a little faith. It's either gonna be incredible... It's either going to be incredible or it's going to be very, very bad. But you got to pick one or the other. Either it's going to be great or it's going to be an absolute clown fest. Or it could be both, actually. Maybe bad choice of words.
I've seen my fair share of really great clown fests, but yeah, I like my games to make a lot of sense, and right now it is very hard to see how this is going to progress. This looks like no game I've ever seen before, basically.
And that's what makes it great. You know, we're being very entertaining. People are bored at home. They're tired of seeing the same kinds of games over and over, and now they're seeing something totally wacky.
Oh yeah, well then we definitely got something for them here. Well, here's the deal. With this bounty hunter, it's better in certain regions, just because certain regions, like for example SEA and SA, like to clash more, and if you're just trading kills over and over against the bounty hunter, he's getting ahead, even though it might seem like
Schofield, he's going in for it. He wants this kill on Matthew. He's got to be careful though. Nice bash coming out from Frank.
It's risky.
Could be the dazzle here too. Chris Luck joining in on the fight. He's got to track off over onto Leo's style. They'll lose Schofield. Oh, Stinger. Stinger says, please leave me alone. I don't want to be here. MJZ spots him out though. Kinetic field, throws out the Thunderstrike. Matthew joining in. There's a lot of Thunder Predator players in this top lane.
So Chris Luck made his way to bottom instead. And he is going to milk this troll for all of the money he's worth.
He's trying to. Yeah, there it is. So 4 players in that top lane taking the tower, getting some kills. So they realize, okay, that means Troll's alone. Now's our chance.
Yeah, good of him to just walk up instead of using, for example, the TP there. But this is going to be the name of their game. They don't have that much team fight. There's no lockdown. In most cases, Thunder Predator can just walk away from an engagement if they don't like it. And that's a very bad position to be in if you're behind. So they gotta somehow keep this pick-off train going. And what the panel said already, like if they can somehow get a couple of outer towers down, they get some dark space on the map, they get space to move all of these pick-off heavy heroes, they might actually be able to get this track snowball rolling, but right now that's just not happening. This Dazzle's got a necro book.
That's very scary.
It is indeed. And we talked a little bit about necro book being good before, like for example why Lycan is so good right now, the intersection of Helm of Dawn being great in combination with necro being very strong right now. Your necro warriors are not worth nearly as much money. You get a hell of a lot of stats.
Matthew hunting Prada here in the bottom lane. Another track gets thrown through. You can see a lot of these TPs coming out though. I'm not sure if they still want to go in though. They spot the Dazzle. They're thinking maybe they can get this kill on Leo's down. They will. They'll be able to take him down. Fear Spell coming out of the back lines. Now Frank is going to be able to get that crush off. They'll find the kill on the Liches. They're still trying to chase after Matthew. Not quite finding that opening. They'll get the Rupture off, being able to hold Frank into place. They're going to turn back around. They managed to find the kill onto Whisper, but can they get the kill onto MNZ as the next question? Schofield, he's trying to fight through. He's trying to just get himself away from this troll, who now goes for that ultimate. Isn't going to be able to quite connect. Glance back here onto Chris Luck. He needs some help. The rest of his team is no longer available to help him. He gets taunted in, and that's a kill for Leo style.
You can't disengage versus a Disruptor. And is Prada actually going to go in on the Troll Warlord? He's gonna try.
God.
He's got his ult available. I think he can do this.
Choo choo! He's coming! Oh lord, he's coming! Oh,
Bash? Yes.
There's a bash. There's another hit. And just like that. Where's the tips for my boy Prado up here? Y'all laughed when you saw his Spirit Breaker. Look at him now. Look at him now. He got a kill on Kotaro.
That's one of those plays you just have to make. Like, if you don't make that one, you'll be kicking yourself forever.
I love SA Dota. Again, this Disruptor. Choo-choo, the train's coming. They're going to try to buy him a little bit more time, but they're not going to be able to. Whisper finding kill. And now Matthew, he's trying to get out of there. He's getting chased a little bit, but looks like they'll back off. Maybe put some efforts towards this tower. Although they're diving. Nope. I'll just back. Oh, I hear a Rupture coming out here from Schofield. He's trying to fight Leo style. They don't have anything to cancel this TP right here, right now, so he is going to leave.
Yep. So what beastcoast is doing right now is really very important. They're just moving up into this Radiant jungle, trying to make Thunder Predator react. Like, please, come over here. And especially with the previous fight, they knew that there were a lot of TPs coming to that bottom side, so if you go there again, you'll naturally find heroes to fight there. And it keeps them distracted from getting their new items, from pressuring your side of the map, and I think Thunder Predator has by now wisened up to this, and they have moved back to their positioning on the top side. I'm gonna just give up this bottom tower. I think in general you usually only defend the bottom tower once, to avoid getting dragged into precisely this kind of trading versus a team that really, really, really wants to break at least one tower.
It definitely feels like you start to hemorrhage kills and gold and whatnot if you try to protect that bottom T1 for too long.
You gotta plan for it.
Yeah, I do like the fact that, you know, MNZ, he's been around forever. This guy has been on multiple teams. I think oh gosh, I traced back to like early 2000s, I want to say, practically, with this guy on different SA teams. But he's smart. He realizes, okay, we can't keep doing this over and over. I need to go farm. I need to find the opening. Beast Coast, they want to keep doing these skirmishes. They want the pickoffs. So the best that he can do is just try to shove back a little bit and farm up.
They have to play so careful, though. Thunder Predator is going to use this combination where they get vision with the corrosive haze and then threaten the glimpse back. So if you're Beast Coast, once you go in, you are in. There's no going out. You're gonna lose heroes on the retreat no matter what.
Matthew's got to feel something here. Yeah, look at him running back towards the tower. They're going to try to cut him off.
They got that single target silence set already as well. Can they get in range though? I don't. Yes, they got him.
They're going to try. It's going to be the kickback. They used the Chain Frost. Oh boy. All right, they really want to get him there. There's going to be the charge out going by Prada. Minute down, but they have a disruptor. They have a glimpse. They'll pull right back again. They're going to lose Stinger. Prada looks back, but he looks like he's going to be the one who's going to be able to walk away.
So, I would like you to notice right now that this is exactly the same move as they made last game, where they just put both of the supports and their offlaner together and they go as deep as possible on the Radiant side. Luckily for them this time, they have some vision down. They actually got that the tier 1 tower down as well, so they actually get to catch someone. So it is a lot better move this time, but unfortunately for them, the enemy has Roche capabilities this time. They're not reliant on, you know, getting a double damage rune on an overfarmed Slark.
No. Static Storm getting drop traps 2 over here on the side. Schofield is going to be able to make it out. Looks like he's going to be all right. The glimpse comes right back again. They're going to try to get a couple more hits. They don't have enough damage though. Schofield gets that final hit off. They'll be able to take down Chris Luck. He's out of here. And they'll take down Schofield as well. MNZ chasing after Stinger over on these lines. This needs to slow him down just a little bit more. The rest of the team's nearby. They drop the net. Matthew getting himself a double kill. So they get an Aegis and they get themselves multiple kills, Kip. This feels really good right now if you're Thunder Predator.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're contesting there at all. You have no team fight. In a choke point, all you can really rely on is maybe getting a good Lich ulti off. But you don't have any way to create vision for that Lich, really. The Bounty Hunter is too squishy. You can't just go running in. You have no control over that area at all. You've been playing bot side. Maybe you actually take the classic trade tier 2 for Ocean. Even then, I'm not sure you can take the tower down fast enough. It's a pickle, but you can't hang around there for sure. There's nothing to be achieved over there. Zero.
Yeah, I think they got caught out just a little bit because the Bloodseeker was just farming over in the general vicinity, and I think they thought maybe they could get themselves a quick pick-off. They didn't realize the Roche was going on. They didn't have that vision. So it's definitely problematic. Middle lane, though, looks like they're going to try to find themselves a kill. Good bash, though, coming out here. Schofield, he needs help. He needs it fast. Prada on the back line, so they'll find the kill. Frank is going to get chased back. He pops off that... Can he finish off? No, he's still alive. They're going to try to juke around here in the trees, but that final hit coming out from Schofield will be able to clean him up as now. Oh, wow. Emmett JZ gets taken down by Whisper. Had a little bit of a visual glitch there. I didn't see.
Really from the Predator, and they might lose more.
They might lose Leo style up here, but it looks like they're going to lose Prada first. Can they find it? Yes, they'll have it. Here, pulling right back in over to MNZ. They're chasing after Leo style here on the back lines. Chris Luck, he's got to be careful. They'll turn back around MNZ. He's so powerful right now. He's chasing after Schofield. They will eventually be able to take down Leo style here. Matthew joining in the fight, has his eyes on Whisper. Whisper has no mana left right now. Nothing here that's going to be able to keep him alive a little bit longer, so he will fall.
That is absolutely great for Beast Coast, though. They notice that the two cores are busy on top.
Schofield?
Go for the mid lane. Uh-oh. I imagine he got glimpsed.
No, don't think
CD.
So. No, he was just there, and I think he realized that he could not run away from that. I'm not sure.
Boy, oh boy. And here I go, praising them for their map play, and they just immediately feed away an important kill again. It's moments like that, though, where you need to engage on both points, otherwise they can actually collapse back together. But if everyone is busy on their own section of the map, you can't do that. The comms are too busy. So you get to split them up, and you get to actually get those pickoffs, even though they're not physically that far apart from each other. Just kite them out with your bounty hunter. Very smart play from Chris Luck.
Be interested to see what the next move is. He's a scan. MNZ, of course, is there. He still has an Aegis. He's got a Van Brace right now, too. Working on a Basher.
Yep, and with this Sanjin Yashai, he is extremely hard to hold down in these few disables that Beast Coast have. The status resistance on that thing really makes a big difference. He's always going to get his ult off. So this Basher is going to give them some more lockdown. It's going to give the troll a little bit more, you know, actually staying power in this fight, just in case this Bloodseeker wants to challenge him head-to-head. And yeah, they're gonna remove the last outer towers right now, just making sure that they're going to be ready for that siege of the high ground once it comes. And it's going to be a choke point fight, and they're going to be in the advantage there, because again, all of the team fight is basically on Thunder Predator's side. All they have to worry about is the Lich Ult bouncing around.
It looks like they're definitely sticking together closer as that 5. They do have the Aegis like we talked about. Looks like they've traded out the Van Brace for the Dragon Scale. And MNZ just doesn't feel too worried over here. Just throws out a couple of hits, manages to get the fortification out from the side of the Dire. And just like that, they'll walk away. This Bloodseeker needs to be careful. Glimpse back, grabs the bounty rune. Has to run from Frank. He needs some help, and he's just so swift and so speedy. But on the backside, oh, MNZ, he's all alone. This could be the Aegis. Can they get it? He'll turn back around. He's held on to the ultimate. Can they get the kill onto Chris Luck? No, Chris Luck gonna be able to go, push himself away. They'll get the kill onto Stinger. There's gonna be Prada going into the back lines. Needs some help from the rest of the team, though, and that help is definitely not coming, as now Chris Luck, Whisper, getting wailed away over here by MNZ. He has no hope. That's a double kill for him. Aegis does get reclaimed. Matthew trying to fight through here with Chris Luck. He's looking for the opening. He doesn't have the final hit. Manages to throw the track out.
Prada got to charge out, and it actually looks like Schofield is going to escape. So he's even going to try and take this creep wave here before he...
Oh, Chris Luck, Static Storm. It's very, very dead. Prada trying to come to the rescue. TPs are coming out. It's going to be the Yules. They've hit the Lich ulti off, but it doesn't get any bounces. It just immediately disjoints. Disaster. They can't even finish off on Matthew back here. JZ, and they'll hold MNZ in place a little bit longer, but...
This is extremely painful, and this is... Thunder Predator even mis-executed there. Like, they wanted to grab this Bloodseeker, but I'm not sure if everyone was on the same page, because they just left their troll up there, and he got himself into a bit of a pickle. If the gank on the Bloodseeker had actually worked, then maybe the troll would have died as well, just because his teammates were busy killing the Bloodseeker, but... Luckily, everything comes together for them, and instead they're wailing on the high ground right now.
Aether Remnant placed out as Matthew drags back Whisper. Has eradicated Prada. He's still trying. That's basically all you can do as a Spirit Breaker. Just keep charging in, try to get them to pay attention to something else. Glimpse back, though, right into that kinetic field. Doesn't matter. That Frost Shield is very nice, but it's like maybe the only thing that keeps him alive a little bit longer is the Ghost Scepter, but he still is going to get taken down by MJZ.
So if you're a Spirit Breaker, that's your game plan. Doesn't matter if you're winning or losing. You're just charging. The train don't stop.
You're a simple hero. You see hero, you attack.
Yep. And this push is not stopping anymore. Like, even though the skirmishes have been going on all this time, this Dazzle has been getting together his pushing kit, and right now he's got Necro level 2. He's got full Guardian Greaves that he can pop on, let's see, a 25-second cooldown. Pretty nifty. And it means that he's going to sustain his team through whatever Beast Coast can throw at them right now. There's simply not enough damage to take down this team if they're healing so much of their HP and mana every half a minute.
Oh gosh. Beast Coast just...
Yeah, MNZ doesn't have to carry, just switches to Rainstorm.
Does not have to care at all. He realizes that they're really not a threat to him, especially with the rest of his team alive. You don't have that bounty hunter. You've already used the Lich ultimate. They're just chasing them around for candy kills at this point, and poor Schofield's getting yo-yoed back and forth. Prada now. He's trying, but the tips are coming out.
Or must I seek him out again?
And
See, the items are getting dropped now too.
Yeah. Like, beastcoast, once again, not GGing out. Is this a thing they do? That would be something that you'd be more familiar with?
No. Mega creeps are up. This game is pretty much bag 'em and tag 'em, boys. I would be interested to see them play, you know, Thunder Predator, again, I would say they came into this series definitely the favorites to win. I would be interested to see what it would be like if they had Hector playing on the side of Beast Coast. So again,
Yeah,
they are
that's
playing
like-
with a stand-in.
That's the big thing here.
Oh gosh.
At the very least, if you're Beast Coast, you don't have to feel too bad about this loss just because it's like you're playing without the big man, honestly.
Are you watching this troll?
Sort of in the corner of my screen.
Oh yeah, yeah. He is. He's just going to town over there with the lifesteal and whatnot, and also all the heals, a million other things. But yeah, Thunder Predator. They take this series to.